okay, 2018, you win the MVP. I was reading a lot, and then I saw that you did the ESPN. You were the last to do the ESPN Body Issue cover.
I did.
Right?
Sure did.
Now I have a lot of questions, but I'm going to start with the first one. Do you have to be naked?
Yeah, the full time, like for I think it was like 4 or 5 hours. It was kind of like in this. It was like a warehouse. Like if you just like took all the stuff out, it was pretty much just like this. But yeah, like 4 or 5 hours on an off day in the season.
So what you were okay? Again, don't get me wrong. Don't misconstrue what I'm going to say. So you were like, okay, they pitched you like, hey, you want to be Body Issue? And you're like, oh, great, I've done it.
I said so. They asked me in the off season in 2018.
Yeah.
Right after winning MVP, they asked me like, hey, would you be interested in doing it? I was like, yeah, if like we could do it in the off season, like that would be great, because that's when like you're doing like training, stuff like that. You're probably in pretty decent shape, or you'd have time to like prepare for it.
You gotta be in shape.
Obviously, like a lot of people see that and like you're naked, and I didn't even know if I wanted to do it because I was like, I don't know if it's really me or not. I don't know if I want to do it. And then I didn't really hear from them again. They just like asked if I'd be interested. I was like, yeah, I would think about doing it. And then didn't hear anything for like months. So I was like, I guess that like sailed, And then I think it was in June during the season. They were like, hey, we'll be back in like, you want to do it like a month, 3 weeks? And I was like, no. I told the girl that does like PR stuff for me. I was like, no, I'm not. I told you I would do it in the off season. It's the season. Like I don't like work out or anything in the season either, just because like I think like the baseball season and the everydayness of it, the travel, the night games to day games, like it takes enough out of my body personally that, I have a little bit of like a warm up routine that I guess you could be considered working out. But like as far as like weights and seriously working out and stuff, like I don't do that during the season. So I was like, hell no, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it. And she's like, well, I'm not going to tell him no for 3 days, so you can think on it and let me know in 3 days. I was like, all right, I'll just tell you no in 3 days then. So I had to start talking to my friends and like some of my buddies about it. And I was like 27 at the time. I'm like, you should do it. It'd be a cool like life experience. Like, why not? Like, it's an honor to do it. They don't ask everybody to do it. Like, why would you not do it? I was like, I can give you like a couple reasons why I'm not going to do it. But I changed my mind. I was like, I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I was like, all right, fine, I'll do it. And then called her back. I was like, all right, tell him I'll do it. And it ended up being out of all like the shoots and stuff I've done, it was probably the most fun I've actually ever had at one.
Really?
Which I don't really know why I thought that way, just because like it was so different. After the first 10 minutes, like the first 10 minutes is kind of like, you're kind of like, I don't know about this. But then after that, like, it's like, all right, it is what it is.
So, okay. Again, let me actually square my question is, okay. So you got your boxers on, right?
No, you're totally naked. You get a robe when you get there.
So you get a robe. So you with the robe, you're fully naked.
Yeah.
For like
4 hours, 5 hours. Yeah.
And they're just taking pictures. And how many people out there?
Like 25 on set.
25?
Yeah, more than this.
More than here.
Yeah, more than this. And it's like a full set. There's like a TV like that right there where they take the picture of like whatever you did. There was like four different sets for the pictures. So they're throughout like the warehouse type deal. So like they're all set up individually. It's like catered. It's a full production. Like it's an actual half day.
That's what I'm asking. That's why I'm like shocked.
It's like a half day production day. Like it's a full legit like everything. There's hair and makeup stuff. There's people on set. There's directors. There's directors. Like there's everything you would have for a normal like commercial thing. Same deal, except like there's just no clothes involved. But then you go like into the trailer. You get like your robe. You put on your robe. And I was good at that time. And then I remember going from the, like where they do like the hair and makeup type deal, which that took like 30 seconds. And I had the robe on. And I remember walking from that, like up the stairs to the step, being like, what the hell are you doing? But at that point, it's too late, You're just like walking. I remember walking up there being like, oh man, what have you done? And at that point, it's too late. Like everything's there. You got to go.
Are you happy with the result though? Are you happy?
I thought it was great. Yeah, I thought it went great. And
did you do any push-ups? Were you like?
No. I was like, all right, here we go. And then they asked like, do you want to like run through them all like with your robe on first before you like get naked and do it?
Say that again.
So because they if you want to practice with your robe on, like doing like whatever kind of shot you have to do. So you get like comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, let's just send it. Let's go. And that was that. So I took off the robe. There it is, say hello to everybody. And
so, okay, obviously the issue comes out.
We can tell them you want to do it. You want to do it?
No.
I don't think they do it. I don't think they do it anymore. I don't think they do it anymore.
You had, I
haven't seen it.
I think you were the last.
I think I might have been the last like.
My question is,
athletes.
Okay, what about the perception of social media? Did you have DMs after saying like, hey man, no,
it was quite the reaction from. Good, bad, everything in between. Like, people loved it. People were mad at me for doing it. Actually,
people were mad at you for doing it. Why?
I don't know. They're like, you're an example to kids. You're running around on the magazine naked. I was like, sorry.
I mean, literally, ESPN is literally made for athletes.
Yeah, it was a real thing. So,
yeah.
Another thing was like, I was like, okay, they'll at least like touch up the photos, make you look good for sure, right? So I asked them, I was like, yeah, they kind of like make these look good, right? And they're like, no, we take the photo and like we leave it as is because we think like the athletic form comes in many different like shapes and sizes. And that's when I had another like, oh shit moment. I was like, oh no. I thought you guys were gonna hook me up, but no, it's just whatever you got, it's what you got, and you go from there. But I think it went great.
I thought you guys was gonna hook me up.
Yeah, I thought you guys were gonna make me look great. But it came out awesome. I was really happy I did it after it was done. Okay. Like looking back on it, and maybe that's why I think it was like one of my like favorite things, is because like it's something that I typically wouldn't do, but did it anyway, and kind of like was way outside the box.
Yes.
And it was just like a really cool life experience. I'm still talking to you about it 7 years later, So like,
no, I'm trying to understand, because like you see with athletes as well, like you probably get tons of messages as is already. Like you're on TV every other day. Even if you're not on TV, you'll go out. Even if let's say, even if you're off season, you're going out with your friends, you go like, clubbing, go out, or especially with baseball, because I kind of feel like you guys' routine is totally different than ours.
Yeah.
Like we play Monday, Tuesday, like we can play back to back, day off, game, day off, game. Like we don't have to. Okay, don't get me wrong. Some guys out there, they don't matter where we play. It don't matter where we play. The same
They're out.
Some guys, but like if you're professional and if you're small market like us, like we're like this. So, but for you guys, like you just said now, like the pitcher, you said he doesn't play for the starting pitcher. Probably won't play for like 4 days.
Yeah.
And then play the
fifth day. Yeah.
Fifth day.
Every 5 days.
So if you guys go to the city, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's the same. Some guys go out, some guys stay in. I think people going out is kind of like way less and less than it used to be. Honestly, like people just. And for
we're growing up. It's one or the other.
Yeah, I mean, for baseball, it's hard because it's like you said, it's literally every day. We play every day for the most part, like 2 off days a month, and then you're traveling night games to day games. So when you get home, I mean, we're at the stadium from 1 o'clock in the afternoon till 11, 12 at night, almost every day. So like the last thing usually when you get home, like the last thing you want to do is like, I don't want to go out. I'm tired. I want to stay home. So that's kind of become like less and less now. Every now and then, like we'll get in somewhere early, like team dinner or something like that. But for the most part, it's just stay like locked in and try to be like the best version of yourself. Try to stay healthy. The older you get, the more you try to stay healthy.
So I'll tell you this, right? It's exactly what you said. The more healthy you stay, I don't think people realize how much a big difference it makes. How you and don't get me wrong. Obviously, some guys could go out all day, and I think I was going to ask you, like, do you have like, and not only the team, you can't say the Brewers or before, say that like, do you believe that guys could really like go out there and party and really come in and like, we say hoop, but like really
play well?
Yes.
I think if you do it, if it's every now and then, if that's like your every night type deal, if you do it like maybe once a year or something, like something special occasion, and then
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you go out for years.
Yeah.
And you go.
I mean, some guys can do. I've played with guys that you're out with them all you're there, and you're like, there's no way that this guy's playing tomorrow, and just see him the next day, like totally fine, ready to go, like post. And like, if you're gonna do that, you have to do that. If you're gonna go out and you're gonna be out late at night, like you have to come back the next day, and you have to post for the boys. You can't be acting tired or hungover or anything like that. Like you got to bring it. It's like I feel like I mean it's not really there's not too many like late nights and stuff, but
sweat it off, just sweat it off, whatever.
I mean, I played in Miami for 5 years, so like
yes.
I played with guys that have gone out.
What's the craziest story you had for Miami, bro?
Nothing I can say on a podcast. But
no.